Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Quadash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, our two great kings, the gods that the King James Bible speaks of, which again, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world of ignorance calls Christ, true name is Yahweh Shai. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down that rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short in transit lesson, a late night in transit lesson, or however long the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And this is going to be another video concerning the plagues and pestilence, alright, or the pestilence, alright, and the motivation for this lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Lord Will's brothers and see on the screen, comes from this article here, and this is for fair use purposes only. I'm not using this for any monetary gain. It's just for educational purposes only. Fair use for the MSN, and it reads: measles can be a risk during air travel. Here's how to stay safe. All right, so it says people with measles, a highly contagious disease, are traveling on airplanes, raising concerns about the spread of the respiratory virus. As global cases rise and summer travel gets underway in the United States. All right, it says travelers can catch measles in many travels settings, including travel hubs like airports and train stations, and public transportation like airplanes, trains, at tourist attractions, and at large crowd events. The CDC said in an updated advisory Tuesday. For those planning summer travels, all right, so this is going to put a big dent in summer travels. Lord will, if this thing escalates, all right. Have people, second guessing whether or not to take that summer vacation, all right, or go on vacation this summer, all right, which that's the Lord, putting a hope or stopping the mirth altogether, Lord will, or slowing down the mirth, which the Heavenly Father has been doing, especially these last 2 years, all right. Going to concerts, getting vaccinated, getting vaccinated is the best way to stay safe, the CDC and health experts say. All right, so there they go again, pushing the vaccinations, all right. Which also, besides this, all right, which I'm pretty sure all the brothers are aware, so I'm gonna pause it real quick. All right, Salaki brothers, and I'm pretty sure all the brothers out there are aware. The C-19, all right, is reared his head out there again. Lord Will's brothers can see right here. It says FDA grants limited approval to new C-19 or C vaccination for Moderna. CDC contracts Kennedy's and keeps advice that children may get vaccination shot. mRNA, once viewed as a scientific marvel, is now a government target. New C-19 variant NB181, and that's the new one on the block, the new kid on the block, detected 14 times in Washington. All right, so it's here. It's already here. Started in China. It's like it take it. Is this Washington D.C. or is it Seattle, Washington? Let's see. It don't really say. But it says more than a dozen cases of the new C19 subvariant NB181 has been detected in Washington, according to federal surveillance. Because when it kicked off the first time the C19 was around, it started in China. Okay, this is in Seattle, Washington. So it's taking the same path, because I see it says Seattle right here. So it's taking the same path. Esau does the same thing over and over again. All right, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It worked the first time. So why not run with it again? So it says why it matters. The variant has been gaining ground globally, according to the WHO, which is the World Health Organization. It first appeared in the United States in March and April, driving the news 14 cases of the NB181 have been generally well, that's all I'm gonna read. All right, so yeah, this is back on the block. Black is taking the same path, started in China and hit the west coast of Babylon the Great in the same exact place. All right. So yeah, now you got the measles thing that's still out there. You still got this, the C19, the new kid on the block. The C, what is it? The NB181, and it's already here. It's put up 5 hours ago. All right, so hopefully the same thing goes down when it first hit, when the C19 first hit. Lord willing, takes the same path. This 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Hold on. Matter of fact, let's read 18. We'll start at verse 17. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And we're coming into those days that our forefather Ezra saw in 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter and 2nd Ezra the 16th chapter. All right. Verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right, and this will count as evil. All right, the C19, or evil, good for us, and evil to the world. All right, to the masses in the world. All right. And what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plagues and tribulation and the anguish are sent as a scourge for the amendment. But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be any way mindful of the scourge. Right? So the Lord said, a famine, shortage of food, plagues, and tribulation, which the measles and the C19 counts as a plague. All right. And also the Lord Yahweh Shai spoke about pestilence, which is a sign to show how close we are to a second coming, which the C19 and the measles counts as a pestilence. All right, or pestilence, Salakia. They say in Matthew chapter 24, verse, I'll just hit the point, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right? Again, the C19 and this whole measles thing. Back to the judge. And this whole measles thing again. Because the last 2 years, the measles and the the bird flu. Was this on the Georgia report? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's do this. Yeah, so all international travel should get measles vaccination. CDC says measles can be a risk during air travel. Here's how to stay safe. A child had measles at the Mall of America, which I think is in Minnesota. Concerning the state, health officials who don't know sources. Measles confirmed in Colorado Springs. Okay, so they're in Washington, and it's in Colorado. All right, public asked to watch for symptoms. Well, the C19 is in Seattle, Washington, Salakia, and the measles is just spreading everywhere. Measles vaccination rates are plummeting across the U.S., right? Because people are waking up to the BS. But they'll just force it. They'll force it on the people again, like they did with the C19. All right. It says first measles case of the year in South Dakota is 2 hours ago, and the CDC updates travel guidance. Doctors explain drop in the MMR vaccinations as measles cases spike. Warning of overseas outbreak. CDC urges Americans to get the measles vaccination. All right, so yeah, so you got this, the bird flu, the 181 whatever new variant of the C19. All right, so it's going to be a hot summer, man. It's going to be a hot summer. All right, and also which I can't do. I can't upload that video. The guy Richie from Boston, which Lord will, I might come back and if I can find the article that he was reading, because something's supposed to go down July 4th, but we really can't put too much stock in dates, because we know dates usually the dates never amount to nothing. But supposedly there's supposed to be something to go down to July the 14th concerning these plagues. All right, supposedly. All right, but we got to sit back, watch, wait, and see. And if I can find that article that the guy Richie from Boston was reading, Lord will, I'll do something on it, Lord willing. But with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors again to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you, brothers that push this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.